Thank you for joining me. This is Whitney with the Yoga Art Space Studio, and today's practice is yoga for feeding the heart. Essentially, we'll practice 5 different restorative poses to help open and expand the various parts of the heart and the rib cage. Now, this practice can be done as a short version, which is this video, or as the longer version, in which case the poses are held for quite a bit longer. In this version, 5 to 10 breaths. In the longer version, more like a few minutes each pose. Now we will need a strap and a bolster for the practice today. We'll start off by taking our strap and creating a large loop. So you'll feed both ends of the strap through the belt buckle and then out the other end with a very small flag. Put this loop around you like a hula hoop. The strap will go across the tops of the thighs and around the bottoms of the feet. Make sure the flag is facing toward you rather than away from you so that you can tighten the strap once you've laid down. Place the bolster right behind you. And then whenever you're ready, have one hand on either side of the bolster. Lift the energy of the heart up already and try to keep that energy of the heart lifted as you begin to lay down. Tightening up the strap as much as you need to for it to feel like your feet are pulled in for a comfortable cobbler's pose. And so once you've got it set up just right, allow yourself to breathe deeply and fully into this beautiful back bend, which naturally and passively helps to open the energy of the heart. Again, like I said in this shorter version, we're just holding a good 5 to 10 breaths to give the heart a little boost and a little bit of settling down, helping that energy of the chakra to flow much more freely, much more easily. So as you rise, take the strap off the feet and off the body. Sometimes it feels nice to take a counter pose of the forward fold version of cobbler right after that back bend. So after doing that, I recommend scooting off the edge of the bolster, the long edge, so that both heels can now be placed in a wide figure V while still being rested on the mat. The bolster can be very helpful as you begin to lean forward. The bolster can be placed at a high height, tilting up like a tent, resting on the forehead. It can be placed on a medium height, resting the chin and the chest on top of the bolster. Or if the spine begins to loosen up, you can even come to the low height with the bolster, resting the forehead on the arms or on the bolster itself. It's not about stressing about pulling yourself to the farthest extent possible in this stretch, but in this restorative day, it's more about just releasing the energy of the heart down, letting it open and expand. The next pose is very similar. The legs still stay wide. The bolster scoots up to one leg and rest that same side elbow. So right leg, right elbow. Left arm would reach up and over. You do have the option to take that strap around the ball of the foot and place it in the top hand, that left hand, to help the side ribs and the shoulders stretch and feel connected to something. But just choose your favorite version, whichever feels best. So perhaps enjoy a couple of deep breaths here, playing around with that distance with the strap or even hand on the foot one day. Enjoying a few good breaths in and out. As you begin to release, do the same exact thing on the other side. Bolster up to left leg, strap around the ball of foot, the left elbow rests down so that the head can be supported. That right hand grabs the strap and swing the shoulders to stack. These last 2 poses help to stretch the lateral side body, the side ribs. be very nice to balance in these directions right after the back bend and the forward fold that we started off with. Enjoying perhaps another breath or two, and then begin to rise up. Upon arising, we approach this next pose, which is a twist. Scoot the bolster up to the hip and sit side saddle with the legs. Once you're there, one hand goes on either side of the bolster, twist the sternum down, and lower the sternum directly down onto the bolster. The neck can be twisted one way or the other, depending on how much the neck wants to stretch out here. Some days you just need a break with the neck. Other days it needs that extra twist. So holding on the twist, this restorative version, for a few more breaths. And then rising up, flipping over to the second hip, and relaxing down. This version helps the heart chakra by helping the vertebrae itself to move around left and right, helping to free out the stuck areas. From here, it may feel very nice when you rise up to take a few cat-cow spines or even barrel rolls with the chest, loosening things up nicely. And for our last pose here, we come to a spot where the bolster elevates the resting elbows, and then the forehead rests down, laying on the belly, feeling the upper body elevated. In this way, we introduce that arch back to the spine, that beautiful arch that allows the spine to have good posture. Feel the belly ground down into the earth, almost like it's getting a massage with every single breath. Stay there maybe a breath or two, and eventually when you're ready, we'll rest, coming for a brief shavasana, flipping around, letting the bolster rest under the knees so that the spine can lay in traction all the way on the ground. Stay for as much time as you have here, and then go on to the rest of the day knowing that the heart energy has been opened. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.